Welcome to Brew the Truth, still our working title.
Yeah, we be brewing the dough.
This is episode 4 of the Brew the Truth podcast. All of our previous episodes can be found on the Drinking Wise Men YouTube channel. Let's see, you got Big Wave today. I'm still going on Blue Moon.
Golden ale.
Golden Ale.
Golden ale.
It's a good color. So we have the hosts tonight, DullOxide and Joe, once again.
My name is Joe.
And so tonight we're going to talk about some stuff that'll be pretty fun, hopefully. So thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe to the Drinking Wise Men YouTube channel and check out some of the other videos. Our first segment tonight is we have a little fun game that I've kind of made up. It's called
Fun.
It's called Know Your Dawn. So what's going to happen?
Like the soap?
No, not like the soap.
You're not talking about the soap? Okay.
No. So what's going to happen is that I have a series of quotes by people that are famous, somewhat famous, with the names Don, Donald, Donnie, things like that.
Like Donny Osmond?
Possibly. And I'm going to read these quotes off, and then Joe here is going to try and guess if it's a Donald Trump quote or not.
Oh, like is it Hitler kind of thing?
I was thinking about that, Hitler and Trump, but you know what? I just feel like it was overdone. I was also thinking of Duck versus Trump, but Donald Duck, it's just too obvious. Oh. There's just so many things that you just know are him. So, all right, let's give it a go. All right,
let's do it.
I'm gonna be looking at my other screen, so I won't be focusing on the camera.
I promise I won't look it up on my computer.
All right. So the first quote is this Donald Trump or a different Don?
Okay.
It is, "I love producing children. It's fun. I don't like taking care of children, but I love producing them."
It's got to be Donald Trump.
That is Donald Trump.
Nailed it.
All right. So that was indeed the Trump.
Hashtag know your president.
So, know your president, exactly. So we're going to do one more after I take another sip.
Oh, that's like the best screenshot for him, too. I've seen that everywhere.
That's why I picked it.
And you can tell them to go fuck themselves.
It's like the number one when you look for Trump on the internet. Images of Trump.
He's doing the same thing.
Boom.
Number one.
Right there.
Number one.
Yeah. All right. So next. I hate people. Do you understand that? I hate them.
You know, I think this is a little obvious, so I'm going to say not Trump.
Actually, that is Trump.
Son of a Trump.
Yeah, go figure. Back-to-back Trumps. You know.
So I thought it was going to be too obvious.
No, I mean,
thought it was too obvious.
Yeah, that's why I kind of did it. I wanted to, because otherwise, like, how do you know? And Joe doesn't have any idea how many quotes I'm reading off here, so he doesn't know the ratio.
No, I bet he said that during The Apprentice.
I have no idea. I got all the quotes that I have here.
You don't even have a source for these things? Come on.
No, I got it from the same website, all of them. So they're all from the same place.
Okay.
All right. So
they're all just as non-reputable.
Well, yeah, basically. All right. So the next one. I never cease to amaze myself, and I say this humbly.
Oh man, it seems like you're just going too obvious. I give. It's him.
You want to say that's Trump?
Yeah.
No, that is actually not Trump. That is Don King.
What? Okay, that does sound like him, actually. Okay, that's...
Yeah, see, it's
you're
a little harder than you thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess when all of these people can call themselves the Don, like, it's tough, you know?
All right. So next.
Of course, it's the dawn of a new generation.
And here's the other thing, is that I picked somewhat famous Dons, Donnies, Donalds, so on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these are all things that you may have seen, may have heard even, but, like, finding Trump-worthy quotes that these people have said, it's kind of hard. So, like, you kind of have to read between the lines with it a little.
Yeah. It's not easy, all right? Not easy.
It's not easy being Don.
No.
So, all right, next. Fundamentally, People are suckers for the truth.
Suckers for the truth? That seems like some kind of quote that would be in his book, so I'm going to say, yeah, it was him.
Again, not Trump.
What the fuck?
In fact, that was Donald Sutherland.
I believe it. He's like the architect.
Yeah, dude. And it was hard finding one with him because he refers to his acting career a lot. And they're really good quotes. But, like, you know, he's very reputable. Like, people know him, obviously. You know, him and his son. And, like...
Wait, he has a son?
Are you fucking kidding me? You never seen 24?
Yes. Actually, I've only seen half of one episode.
You know,
but I think he plays this voice of Snake in Metal Gear Solid 5.
For Kiefer?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, just really unhappy that David Hayter didn't do the voice. But anyway, proceed.
Well, I mean, like I was saying, it's hard to find one with him. Found one. Not, like, impossible, obviously.
No.
But, all right. So, next. I gotta compose myself. Don't be afraid of being unique. It's like being afraid of being your best self.
All right, I'm gonna say not Don.
You would think that that's not Donald Trump, but that actually is.
Okay, was that like during like some beauty pageant or some shit?
You know what? I'd have to look into it more, but that's Don.
All right,
good job. That's the Trump. All right.
Good job.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I tried to make it a little confusing here. All right.
We still, success.
There's still more. So here we go.
Just start rapid firing these.
Yeah. It's reading these. It's hard to compose yourself. Trust me. I'm very much a leader in a lot of the work that I do or that I have done in my career.
Sounds like Donald.
You think that's Donald?
Donald Trump. That
is not Donald Trump.
What the hell?
That is no other than fucking Donnie Wahlberg.
That's not even a real person.
Marky Mark's brother, man.
I don't care. That's not Mark, so it's not Mark.
Yeah, man, like, get on those coattails and try and ride to fame. He could be like Trump.
Does he at least, like, run Wahlburgers or something?
You know, I don't know if that's Donnie or not. I just know that he's a semi-successful actor.
I'm pretty sure it's the whole family that does that, but anyway.
Yeah, I think that the whole family does do that. And you know what? I'd probably eat there just as much as I eat at Bobby Flay's place. Although, you know, if you've seen pictures from some of the Bobby Flay burgers, yeah, whoever they have on PR is not the guy that they have from Arby's. Because Arby's does their shit with advertising.
Arby's.
Have you not seen Arby's advertising?
Are you talking about Carl's Jr.?
No. All right, so like Wendy's goes through and they flame people all over fucking social media, but Arby's like goes through and they make these advertisements for like Twitter and Tumblr and everywhere, and whoever it is, they do all these video game related ones and anime related ones. So one of them they did a while back was the Arby's barbecue or something like that, the roast beef sandwich probably, and they made a keyblade out of the box and they put it next to it. So what they started doing is they started putting like a bunch of props next to it and jokes that only like gamers and people like that would get. Is super fucking clever. You should check it out.
Yeah, I haven't seen a commercial.
We may review them in a future episode just because they're really cool.
Oh, good idea. You should take a note.
Yeah, we'll take a note. Yeah. All right, so the next segment that we're gonna go on to here.
Oh, that was all of them?
That was it.
So I got exactly one of them correct?
Yeah, you got exactly one of them correct. out of 6 quotes, you had a 50% chance to get the 3. To get the 3. You failed.
All right, I got a F minus.
Yeah. An F for, I don't know. It's not effort. That's for damn sure.
All right. So speaking of back and forths, we have our taste medium here. So let's move over to the the this or that section.
Okay, all right. So, as you recall, on our last episode, we discussed doing a taste test between certain types of ketchups. So, we're going to see if Joe here has the palate to be able to distinguish between Hunt's and Heinz. So, fancy.
So equal things here. The wife prepared this. I haven't obviously seen what goes into it. No, you're gonna have to take my word on that, obviously. But she'll be the third party arbiter.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a saltine between each bite to cleanse the palate, including now.
Sure.
Because of the beer,
Yeah.
It's gonna coat the tongue there. So.
By the way, those fries didn't come from anywhere that we know. We are not sponsoring anyone.
It came from McDonald's because I feel like most people have had a McDonald's fry in their life.
Yeah, more than likely.
It's also really close to my house, so.
All right.
Having a glass of water real quick, too.
Cool.
This is very official.
And, if anyone wants to send us any actual edible or drinkable things to do taste tests on in comparison, please do.
All right, this is from this one right here. Okay.
All right, let's see.
You're watching, right?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
I'm making sure the wife is watching me.
All right, so we'll call this number 1.
Okay.
All right, so he's got the taste of number 1. Now you have to taste number 2 before you decide which one's which.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. No, I feel like it would be. So this is this one.
All right, taste number 2. Let's see. Now, I personally like my ketchup cold. I think that might be kind of weird, but
They're both room temperature right now.
yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of room temperature, but I do like them cold.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is Heinz.
All right.
And this is Hunt's.
Okay.
That's what my instinct is telling me. Although I am a lot less sure than I thought I would be.
Okay.
And both of them tasted okay, but I want to say that this guy tasted a little better. And in the past, I have preferred Heinz ketchup. So
now,
that's kind of.
I do want to say that Heinz usually uses higher end tomatoes, and also is more expensive than Hunt's.
I have no idea.
So,
are you gonna you tilt it up for them?
all right.
Oh!
There you go. For anyone that couldn't
There
read
we
that,
go.
it says Heinz, and the other one says Hunt's. So,
All right.
So Joe.
What up?
Joe was able to differentiate with his palate between these two ketchups. So he's not all just shit talk.
Here.
He got it.
With Trump, I am, I guess.
Yeah. He doesn't know his president, but
I had to win something tonight.
that's okay. So,
Woo.
all right.
What was the other one that we said we were going to do?
Well,
Coke and Pepsi. We got to do that next
Coke,
week.
Pepsi, or maybe Pepsi with the alternate sweeteners.
Or maybe with like RC Cola or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, dude, there's a lot we could do. I mean, I'd like to do vodka testing.
Ooh.
That'd be fun. So,
well, what are we gonna do with the spare vodka though? I mean,
oh man,
I don't. Gonna give it to some needy children or something, right?
That's the best thing about even bad vodka. You can do tons with it, so it doesn't really matter.
Dude, we gotta make a business so we can write this stuff off.
All right. So next.
You're saying your vodka is tax free? Yes, officer.
Man, that'd be the life. All right, so next off, we got what I want to call milk market here. So I don't know if you've noticed recently, but some of the major video game console companies, Sony and Microsoft, have kind of taken a page out of the book of Apple.
This sounds like a bunch of conspiracy theory shit.
Not quite conspiracy theory, more like marketing. And it's not even like bad marketing, but it's kind of fucked up for consumers. All right, so...
Oh, whoa. Why is it bad for consumers?
Because we get these slight bumps in performance.
Your complaint is with incrementalism.
Well, I mean, yes.
That's fair. That's a fair complaint.
So... I'm not sure if you know the names of these new consoles, but and they've been out for a while now, so it's not like we're new to this or anything. But the PlayStation 4 Pro and then they didn't even get creative with this. All right, the Xbox One S.
What's the S stand for?
I couldn't tell you, but I could tell you that the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6S have a slight increment in performance. So
hold on, it wasn't the original name for Xbox One S this Project Scorpion or something like that?
I don't know, man. That's like when you come out with a car and you add fucking racer seats inside of it and you make it the S model, okay?
GTS.
Yeah. So like, come on, it's complete bullshit. All right. So I know on the PlayStation 4 Pro that it's supposed to upscale certain things to 4K, but that's only things that can be upscaled. And like, honestly, every single game that you get on the PlayStation 4, you'll be able to play on your PlayStation 4, regardless if it's the Pro or not. So I don't really even get it. Like, better video quality on some games.
It wasn't the PlayStation one because they're using your PlayStation VR stuff?
You know what? I'm not 100% on that. If you need to have the PlayStation 4 Pro for,
I don't think you need it. I just thought it was like that was what the intention of it was for.
It quite possibly could be, but honestly, I don't know. I'm not the expert, and
you're not the expert.
No, definitely not. In fact, when it comes to X things, my Xbox One is still in box inside of my closet.
Are you
brand
serious?
New, never opened.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, see, collectors of things, and so I could tell you that as of I think it was 2 or 3.
Are you just mad that this is devaluing your Xbox One?
Slightly, but well, that's the thing is that these big consoles, if they come out with good games on them and that you can only play on them, like for instance the original PlayStation 3 with full backward compatibility, those go for like $700-800 on eBay, whereas the original cost of them wasn't that much. So
no, it was like $500.
Yeah, so I mean they appreciate it. They appreciate it a little bit, and sure you have to hold on to them for a while, but you know I've got a brand new PS4, never opened, and I have a brand new Xbox One, launch day edition actually, never opened. Both are actually launch day edition, but you know neither are opened. So I'm hoping they appreciate
it better than a car, that's for sure.
But you never know. I mean they might not, and we'll see. But
what are you holding out for? Why don't you sell them now?
Because the PlayStation 3 specifically took a long time to appreciate to that amount, and if I'm going to try and sell them for collector's value, then the longer better in most cases. So, because there's probably going to be less on the market. That being said, I am kind of pissed that they came out with these new systems just to try and like get a bump in sales, because
which they did get.
Which they did get. Because people that hadn't bought the PlayStation 4 yet were like, well, hey, there's the Pro now. I might as well buy that. And
so you're just applauding the shrewdness of the owners here.
Yeah.
Good job, Sony, for increasing your sales and therefore the lives of all the people that bought one.
I mean, that's not necessarily true. The lives of the people that bought one, like, there are some things that are super annoying to me. For instance, I bought my PlayStation 4 to play Kingdom Hearts 3 on, okay? And if that fucking game doesn't come out on the PlayStation 4, I'm going to lose my shit. You can still pre-order the game. Pre-order it on PlayStation 4. All right? And if it doesn't come out on PlayStation 4, I will lose my shit. All right?
It's going to come out for the Switch and you know it.
Just don't.
You're already mad.
Just don't.
You're already mad.
All right? No, that is not what we're looking for here. All right? So now I applaud them. They're making more money, which means that they can put more money into development, which means that their development for the next system will be even better. Now, that being said,
maybe throwing money at a problem didn't always solve it.
No, that's true. I mean, between for example, the iPhones, usually between the regular and the S of a series, we get a little bit of a increase in the processor and possibly the camera. and really, actually, they kind of have gone stagnant on the screens, which is weird.
The only time that I remember a significant feature bump was between the 5 and the 5S, where the 5S was the first one to have the thumbprint technology.
Yeah. And then in the most recent one, even in the 7, the water resistance level on it, because it is not, like, waterproof is a very strong word for these new iPhones.
Well, they did some, I saw some YouTube videos when it came out, and there were people doing like 15 to 20 feet in like seawater, and it was still fine when you brought it out.
Well,
so
yeah,
you know,
okay,
it's waterproof
so,
to a degree.
and the thing is that the way that they rate these things for consumerism is like, are you may not be, but tensile strength for metals. Are you familiar with that at all? So in order to get rated at a certain level, you have to be able to get to that level and exceed it. All right. So, which is to say that more than likely anything that's rated at the level, which I forget what the waterproofing level is. It's some weird thing with an X.
I think it's IP something.
Yeah, IPX or something like that. So that has to do with the seals on the phone and whether or not it is dust proof, waterproof, and so forth. So the thing that's annoying about that is that Samsung has had a waterproof phone for over a year before they produced theirs. Okay.
Well, theirs was rated slightly higher than the iPhone.
And theirs is the next level up. Okay, so they definitely are waterproof instead of water resistant. And
no, they're still only waterproof to a degree.
They're waterproof to whatever the degree that certification gets to. And it's the same with tensile strength. So if you have tensile strength for, let's say, a building, the metal frame of it can withstand, for instance, like a small airplane crash. All right, a small airplane crash is, within the realm of several thousand pounds of resistance and so on and so forth. And basically, whenever you have wire and tensile strength in metals and things like that, those are actually much, much higher than the tensile strength. The same with the water resistance. It's just that's the level that they were able to test it to, that it didn't fail. So in most cases, they're actually better, but not in all cases.
Okay. I heard some rumors about the next iPhone being like glass on the back or something too, so that won't have much tensile strength.
Well, what would be cool to me is if they made it so that it was the illusion of being see-through, even if it wasn't see-through.
Nah, I don't care about that. I just want them to put glass around the antenna.
If you picked up the iPhone and you're looking at the screen that is in front of you is showing you things that you will view head on. And on the back, there'd be a secondary screen that actually just makes it look like glass. You know what I mean? So it'd be like the reverse. You'd see the reverse side of your icons and stuff. You'd see straight through. You'd see straight through your phone through your camera lens, and the reverse side.
That is so not worth it.
It'd be so cool.
So not worth it.
Did you ever see where they did that with the car? Where they put the tiny cameras on the car, and then they also put the screens on it, kind of like what they did inside of the James Bond movie, where they had the invisible car.
Well, with the cameras on the other side.
Yeah. So when it drives through stuff, it produces images that's on the reverse side of it. They did that with an actual car that was not in a Bond movie, okay? And now it wasn't perfect, but it was really fucking cool. If they could do that with the iPhone, I feel like that'd be like a really cool thing, just because, like people really care about things like selfies and shit like that. So, that being said, like I said, I'm really kind of pissed at them for that. Just kind of doing the money grab and not really increasing anything too much. So, we got about 5 or 6 minutes left of the show. Did you want to go on to one more topic, or you just kind of want to babble about what we talked about?
No, that's cool. Let's do the Ryzen stuff.
All right, cool. So, lay it on me. The Ryzen leak with AMD.
All right. So, rumors started around, last year sometime, and we finally have Ryzen, the terribly named AMD chipsets coming out, supposedly March 2nd, and they released the specs today, or not today. They released the specs recently, of the Ryzen 5 1600X. And it rated slightly higher than the Intel Core i7 6850K. Now, what's important about this is the 6850K, even though on single-thread performance it's about the same, it is about $90 cheaper than the 770K.
Okay.
And it exceeds those specs significantly in the multi-core performance because it has more cores. But basically, you're going to get a much faster processor that perhaps is also cooler, I mean, in temperature, and is cheaper. Now, the problem is, there's I think it's an AM4 socket instead of, a standard Intel socket. Intel's been king for, I don't know, 10 years now.
Yeah.
There hasn't really been an AMD challenger in a long time.
And I wonder why that was. Intel loses a lawsuit.
Not just to that. The guy at AMD that designed the Athlon XP chips, remember those?
Yeah.
He left the company for, I can't remember who it was. I think it was like, it wasn't NASA. It was like Tesla. I think it was Tesla.
Didn't he come back to design this new chip?
He came back to design this chip, and he's leaving again.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you can't do it now on your own, like, you're pretty much fucked. But they're cutting some. So, like, all this being said, I used to be an AMD fanboy back in the day of the Voodoo 3.
Me too, all the time.
And the Athlon, yeah, it was the cheaper and sometimes just better overall way to go. But over the years, even though Intel has been much more incremental as your the Xbox One S system, like it was like a 10% increase. It's claimed to be 15% increase over the last gen, but the Haswell to Broadwell, or I think I'm getting those backwards. But the last gen that came out was not really that impressive.
Yeah.
And the one that's slated to come out next time is supposed to be the same exact kind of increase. Basically, not an increase. I'm still rocking a 4760K, and it is just fine. Like, the only bottleneck my system has is a video card, only when I'm playing some high-end video games.
Yeah. Well,
or if I wanted to go like 4K or something.
I mean, it's obviously Intel has more money to throw at this than AMD has, even though they won that big lawsuit. And it's cool that AMD is basically coming back to the game, being like, "Hey, Intel, fuck you. We're going to take our money back as best as we can." The shitty thing is that if this guy is like, the Yoda of fucking processor creation, then wherever he goes is it. And if he retires, if he doesn't pass down his force skills there to be able to make himself a little apprentice, then we'll never know. And fuck, for all we know, whoever he makes might go to Intel, the dark side.
I doubt it. I see the thing with this stuff is I'm more excited that Intel might have a boot kicked in their ass than I am excited about the actual chips.
Yeah.
Because like the problem to me is I don't know and I don't think that the AM4 socket can support Thunderbolt, which is, I'm pretty sure, Intel specific.
Yeah.
And Apple's using their board, so that's why they have it too. So
well, I think that the only reason Apple's using their boards is because they're the most stable, I guess is what you would say.
Well, you could say that, but they still use AMD video cards in the Mac systems, and those things are crap. And so is the video performance on a Mac.
Well, we know it's not cost related because come on. But
no, it's not.
I really, really am hoping that the cost on all of this stuff comes tremendously down. I mean, I don't know if you can recall how much the Voodoo 3 was when it first was launched.
It's like $400, dude.
No.
Yeah, the first video card I ever bought was $400.
Yeah, you did not buy a Voodoo 3. The first Voodoo 3 that I bought. Well, wait, you know what? The Voodoo 5 might have been out at that time, so it might have depreciated in value.
Okay, I'm looking it up now. We didn't plan this.
Yeah, no, sorry. Was not planned. Then this will be our last segment. Once we get the price point on it, we'll go from there. But the first Voodoo 3 that I purchased, I got for $70, and I actually got it for free because it was $70 with I think it was like a $40 mail-in rebate on it, and the lady at the register was confused, so she just took $40 off the price, and then I mailed in the $40, and then it was like, boom, free Voodoo 3. And it was like the craziest deal until I had gotten some other deals. But
okay, so it said here that 2 Voodoo 2 cards would have been $600 plus. So I should take it that a Voodoo 2 was about $300 something.
That sounds about right, approximately.
Still
And
don't
I would
see a
assume a
Voodoo
Voodoo 3 was probably around, a 200 range or 300 range. But when I first bought mine, I remember it being $70, $74. But
$74?
yeah,
Dude, that's how much they are now.
no fucking way. For a Voodoo 3?
Okay, hold on. Let me find
No,
out on eBay.
no, okay,
Hold the fuck on.
Well, we'll check, and we will put any results of the findings inside of our description.
Voodoo 3DFX 3 1000 graphics card, 16 megabytes, new sealed OEM AGP, $38.
That's new. That is
now.
much more expensive than a used one. But yeah, obviously
3DFX Voodoo 3. Oh, you want to use one? 3DFX Voodoo 3 3000, $250.
There's no fucking way. For what?
On buy it now. Here, check it out.
All right, I'm gonna check this, and we're gonna see. And maybe on the next show we'll have a segment on the appreciation of old fucking technology. Okay, over the time as we've been talking about different things. That being said, thanks again for joining us here on Brew the Truth. Check out all of our previous videos on the Drinking Wise Men YouTube channel. You can find all of our podcasts on pretty much any podcast search you could ever think of. We're everywhere now.
Too many of them.
Yeah, so just look for Drinking Wise Men or Brew the Truth. You'll be able to find us. Check out my other podcast, which is also on the Drinking Wise Men YouTube channel, Perfectly Wasted. Thanks again for joining us. Cheers, and
have you had your break today?
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Deuces.